Awesome. So I hope you have found yourself in the right place for the AIAA members meeting. This is our board this year. We're pretty big. And if you have any questions for any of us in particular, we have a website and all of our emails are on that website. So what exactly does AIAA do? We do a number of things, but the main thing we like to do is get y'all connected to people in industry and each other. And that has to do with bringing speakers on campus. We will have meetings every other week at this time on Wednesdays, where we'll have speakers from various parts of the industry come in and talk to y'all. There will also be networking activities. We're working on getting a grad student and undergrad mingling opportunity, as well as always thinking of new things that we can do to get y'all networking in a more professional environment as well as students. And then projects. There are so many aerospace design projects out there, and it's a really, really great resume item for y'all, especially in undergrad, to get your first internships or your third internships, wherever you're at. But yeah, they're a really good thing to add on your resume, and they're really, really fun. If you are an aerospace nerd who likes doing extra things in your free time, that might be a way for you to get involved. We also send students to conferences. This year is a little odd, but actually to our benefit, because sending students to conferences costs less, considering we're not paying for airfare. Thus, we will have some more opportunities for that than we usually do. And last year we did industry tours. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this year. We have to follow sales guidelines and also be rational with COVID, but we'll see what happens with that. And this is some examples. This is from an industry tour last year. Design Build Fly is a project team. That's part of our board from last year. MicroGenex also a project team. SciTech is a really cool conference. Ascend's also a cool conference, and we are AIAA. I'm going to hand it over now to Amanda to talk a little bit about WoAA.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Well, hi everyone. My name is Amanda. I got my undergrad from Mines this past May in mechanical engineering, and I'm currently a master's student in engineering technology management at Mines, and I'll be graduating this coming May. And I am one of the co-chairs for WoAA this year, along with Taryn, who will introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, my camera's flipping out on me, so it won't turn on right now. But my name's Taryn. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering, and I am the other co-chair of WoAA.
Awesome. So we just want to tell you all a little bit about ourselves and what we're trying to do on campus this year. Since we are a part of AIAA right now, but in the future, we're hoping that WoAA can become its own organization at Mines, and we're undergoing that process to do so. But our overall mission is to provide support, empowerment, and networking opportunities for women and minority students in the aerospace field. And some of our specific goals for this fall 2020 are to connect Mines women and minority students with industry and academic professionals, specifically in this area. And then providing women and minority students with mentors and mentees, so facilitating that connection so you can hopefully meet people who inspire you and help you achieve your goals. And then building a community that champions the success of other women and encourages them to pursue their dreams. This is a big one for us, with Mines having less women on campus and whatnot. We really want to build that community, especially in the aerospace industry. There's not whole lot of us, but we can really help each other out. And I know with Taryn's network and my network, we've really managed to kind of get a great lineup of speakers, at least I think, for this fall. So we really hope you'll join us and just join the community. Since we're brand new, we don't have a whole thing set up. So if you're interested in signing up and getting involved in our meetings and hearing from our speakers and networking events, feel free to fill out the form in the chat. It's at the very top, I think, but I will resend it just so it's at the bottom now. And yeah, just fill that out and you'll hear from us soon about our coming up events.
Awesome, thanks, Amanda. That is them. And
yeah, just feel free to reach out to us if you need anything or have any questions. We're very accessible, so.
Cool.
Hey, Claire, I just wanted to let everyone know real quick, because we are posting a lot of links in the chat. If you can't keep up with that, don't worry. I'm taking notes. I'm taking down all of the links, and then we'll send all that information out to you. So just let you know.
Awesome. So the next big thing that I'm going to talk about real quick is trajectories. Trajectories is an event that MAIG puts on, which is the Mines Aerospace Interest Group, which is, for the most part, a lot of Mines alumni in the aerospace industry. And this year it's going to be virtual. And the theme is Unsung Heroes, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of neat panelists coming, and it'll be a really great opportunity for y'all to network with some industry professionals, and it's free. So I highly, highly, highly recommend y'all go ahead and sign up. I'm assuming that QR code goes to the sign up page. Okay, cool, thanks, Amanda. And yeah, Dr. Christine Darden, she is one of the hidden figures of NASA, which is pretty neat. And then Emily Calandrelli, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, she just started a really, really cool Netflix show. It's like a science show for kids, and it's it's really fun. Y'all should check it out. Yep. And yeah, it's free. I highly recommend going. It's on September 11th. Yeah, there'll be prizes as well, some additional trivia. So if you really got your space trivia down and your mines trivia and your space at mines trivia down, then you should definitely check that out. Ascend is another conference or a conference that we are going to send students to this year. We're probably going to send 10 students outside of the board, so not including any of us, and that will enable you to go to all the lectures and all that sort of thing. It will be based on an application, as well as your participation, attendance, and whatnot at our meetings, because we want to make sure you're interested. And there's also a really cool program called the AIAA Diversity Scholar Program. So if you're someone from a unique background, I would highly, highly recommend that. You get a really neat network of other students, and you kind of get some behind the scenes access during the conference, which is pretty fun. Okay, the other thing I talked about that's really big in the club is projects. We want to get y'all involved, if you want to, in as many aerospace projects as possible, because they're really fun and they're great resume opportunities. There is a project interest form that Amanda just popped into the chat. And in these projects, they're anything from aviation to like sort of human-centered things with the what's it called? Sorry, the big idea is lunar dust mitigation. I will say the first two are completely students outside of classes. The following 4 listed are senior design projects. I know Design Build Fly has accepted students or further undergraduates to participate in and help out with their design in the past. So we will send off your names to if you are interested, to the people in charge of those projects, and try to get y'all as involved as possible in those. The first 2, MicroGeneX, is a really cool design challenge where you essentially, it's changed a little bit in the past couple of years, but you design, usually 4 design prompts, and you answer them, and you design a tool for the most part that can be tested in the neutral buoyancy lab, which is really cool. So you go through the first stage, you design something, you send in this proposal, and if you're chosen, you get to build your tool, and they send you to the neutral buoyancy lab to test it, which is a really, really neat opportunity. In the past, moving down, in the past we've had teams do Rascal, which is more of a theoretical design challenge. So if you're interested in maybe not building something, but thinking of some larger scale idea or project and writing about it, Rascal is a great place to look at. I would recommend looking at these websites too before you like completely jump on something. But yeah, design, build, fly is exactly what it sounds like. You design, build, and fly an airplane.
Attention, please. There has been a fire alarm recorded in the building. There has been a fire alarm recorded in the building. Please proceed to the stairways and exit the building.
Uh-oh. Okay. I hope everyone's okay. Anyway, yeah, design, build, fly. You design, build, and then test your scale airplane. Moon to Mars Ice and Prospecting Challenge, that's an ice mining challenge. So if you're interested in situ resource utilization, so like using water on the moon or Mars for propellant or all sorts of other things in the future, that's something to look into. Big Ideas lunar dust mitigation. That can be a number of different things. Considering the senior design team has just been assigned and don't exactly know which route they're choosing yet, but that will generally be dealing with the incredibly annoying lunar dust. It's like electrostatically charged and it's really, really small, so it's a big, big issue if we're going to the moon. So that's another project. And the NASA robotic mining competition is the last one I have listed here. That's been going on for years now. I believe Mines has usually been pretty successful, but that is scooping up as much dirt as you can, essentially, in a limited amount of time. Yeah. Cool. That is about it for what we're doing. One other thing real quick before we move on is we have authorization to get y'all funded for the full student membership of AIAA, the national chapter, which is super exciting. We will be tracking attendance for a couple of meetings and we will figure out how the logistics of that coming up, but that is something that will be happening. And then Nikki. Nikki, you there?
I don't see her on the participant list, so I can talk about this real quick if you like.
Sure.
Yeah, so as Claire mentioned before, usually the way we communicate with you all is through Engage, but we've noticed some hiccups with that. Some people who are listed in Engage just aren't getting those emails, so it's just kind of been a pain in the butt. So what we're going to do is transition over to MailChimp starting next week. But for us to do that, you have to actively accept your subscription into that. So we'll be sending out emails on Friday asking you to subscribe to us through MailChimp, and moving forward, that's how we'll be sending out all of our newsletters. So if you don't see that in your inbox, first, of course, you need to sign up through Engage, because we still have your emails through Engage, and that's how we know that you're interested. So please still sign up on Engage if you haven't, but then after that, we'll be transitioning over to MailChimp. If you don't see an email on Friday, check your spam. Also, you may be one of the people who just doesn't get emails through Engage, so sorry about that. So if you don't see that email, just shoot us an email. We'll have our emails aiaacsm@gmail.com. And of course, we'll find other ways to connect with you if you're one of those unfortunate folks who is not getting emails from us. But again, we'll be moving over to MailChimp, so keep our eye out for an email for subscribing to that on Friday.